Welcome back, everyone, to Touhou World Cup 2023. We are here today for DDC Lunatic scoring. And all three of the players today have a very impressive history of Touhou achievements. In Team Spirit, we have Mino, who has played Touhou actively for over a decade and has a large collection of both score runs and LNN runs. Mino played this match last year as well and managed to win this match with a very impressive Sakuya B score run. Mino has also scored PCB for a long time in the past. The Sakuya B score is actually one of the highest in the world. In Team Lotus we have Ruby. And well, I'll just say that Ruby is an extremely technical player. He will research and study the tiniest of details in the entire run and just practice and practice and practice, and he practices so much that he might forget to actually attempt the run that he is learning. His research is extremely impressive, and he has learned many things about games, about the Touhou games that we never knew before. And then in Team Harmony we have Borealis, whose playstyle is like almost an opposite to that of RB, which is not to say that they don't practice, but rather that's relative to how precisely RB plans out and routes everything. You could say that Borealis more or less wings it and goes by their impressive game knowledge and ability to make the most of what the game gives them, which landed them the first world records in Touhou World Cup back in 2021, when they won the Wabok Lunatic scoring match with an extremely well done 11.9 billion run. So yeah, in a nutshell, all of these three players are absolute top contenders, and there's far from a clear winner.
Alright. So, on top of that, all three players are playing with different shot types, and that's going to be super exciting to see. And their shot type choices really complement their playstyles. So Mino was known for being a really great survival player at first. He was one of the first players ever to LNN all games. He's going to be picking Sakuya B for this tournament. And Sakuya B has a reputation for being a really, really tough survival shot. RB is picking Reimu A, who has a reputation for having lots of interesting routes in the stages. So for a player who loves routing and practicing non-stop, it's a perfect choice for him. Borealis is playing Sakuya A, who is arguably the most technical and most difficult shot to play effectively because of all her strange game mechanics.
Alright, so the reset time for this category is 100 minutes, which is quite a long one by TWC standards, but that's because this category, DDC, is a ruthless game. It does not relent in killing runs, even very late into the run, which we might see. Sager is a particular nightmare spot for Sakuya B especially. But the idea, because there's three different shot types here, they all score very differently in terms of actual raw score. So the TWC score here is going to be very important in balancing out those shot type differences, and that's what the match will be judged based on.
So one of the main scoring mechanics in DDC is the new point of collection resource mechanic. Basically, if you're in the point of collection and you collect 20 or more items, you'll get a score bonus and extra resources like a bomb piece. If you collect 60 items or more, you'll even get a ×2 bonus, and you'll get a guaranteed life piece alongside your POC. So these players are going to be trying to get as many of those 2.0s as they can.
Yeah, it's worth pointing out, I guess, at this stage that in general, you're only going to want 0.5 bonuses and 2.0 bonuses. There are some cases where you want something in the middle, but generally speaking, it's only those two that are wanted for scoring.
And the other main scoring mechanic is the cancel system. When you bomb in this game, it will cancel bullets, and those bullets will turn into PIV items, raising the point item value. So this is especially prominent with Sakya B, who has like a really overpowered PIV gain per bullet. But every shot type pretty much will be bombing all the non-spells they can to try to get as much PIV as they can out of them. And the last important mechanic are the spell card bonuses, which in this game are worth quite a lot. As you can see on the side, some which are worth 13 million, some which are worth 18 million, so you really want to try to capture all of them. And here we have the TWC comparison between all 6 shot types. As you can see, Sakya B is way out in front, and that's because she's the highest scoring shot. Overall world record is set using her. Behind Sakya B we have Immersive B, who we won't be seeing today most likely. Then we have Reimu A and Sakya A, who are the other 2 shots we expect to see. Again, Sakya B is known for really difficult survival, and it's really hard to finish a run with her. But she's the highest scoring by a long shot. Okay.
Yeah, we can see practicing the stage 6 Wisp section, which is pretty notorious. It's very difficult. The Mentos are just so fast, it's incredibly easy to just die, and it's stage 6, so that's a complete disaster if that happens. Your PIV is extremely high. Yeah, the PIV is extremely high at that point, so failing a 2.0 there loses a lot of score. It's really punishing.
Alright, and we see Mino is already waiting to start the match. RP is also getting there. Borealis seems to be doing a little bit of last minute practice on stage 6, and here we can already see some Sakya A speed killing techniques. So we can see on Borealis' stream something we'll be seeing a lot, which is some timed unfocused taps. Okay, not doing the long range stuff, but when he's close to a boss, he'll be unfocused tapping at roughly 2 times a second to maximize damage. Maybe we can discuss that in more detail when the run starts. But it looks like we're almost ready. So Sakya A is known for being really good at survival, and that's one of the big advantages she's going to bring to the table. So someone in chat said it's their first 1cc shot. I'm sure that's a lot of players' first 1cc shot. It was definitely mine. That's just because her survival abilities are so good.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, both Sakya A and Reimu A just have incredible survival abilities, both on stages. Well, Reimu A has really good stages, Sakya A struggles a bit, but their boss damage is just incredible. It's so high.
Okay, and they're off. So in stage 1, I'm already really excited to see what we're going to see. So last TWC, or maybe it was 2 TWCs ago, ISN showcased a new route where you spend all your bombs on the mid-boss and then do a suicide for 2.0 after the mid-boss. And from what I've heard, we might even be seeing a new strat all the way back on stage 1. We're still waiting for...
We know something's going on, but no idea what. It's going to be really exciting to see what happens here.
Alright, and Borealis starts his run 2. Now all players are in stage 1.
So in stage 1, you want to focus mainly on 0.5s, because at this point you're really trying to build resources. And additionally, stage 1, there just aren't that many items. You're better off just going for several 0.5s rather than trying to get sort of a very awkward 2.0.
Let's see what RB does here. No spins. Okay.
I'm pretty sure RB is not going for the spin strat. It is also worth noting about stage 1 that it is kind of unique in the game in the sense that it is a stage where you do a lot of manual grazing to gain PIV.
Yeah, graze in this game is kind of strange. Graze does increase your PIV in this game, but just because of the way the game is laid out, stage 1 is the only real spot that you can do manual grazing as such. There are some instances later on, but it's very much a micro-optimization, and the game is just too hard to be doing that kind of thing for sub 1 million score gains.
Now we see both Mino and Ruby doing a suicide on the second half of the stage in order to get a 2.0. Now I'm not sure what we're going to be seeing from Borealis, but I have a feeling we should watch his stream. So... still just times out the first stun as normal and then goes for a kill here. Oh no, the fish is back. Let's see what happens here. So okay, this is new. Borealis sticking some knives in the first fairy. If you stick knives with Sakia A, it means the fairy moves a lot slower. And okay, so he suicides differently and gets all 4 items in the 2.0. Interesting.
Yeah, something unique about Sakia A is her knives slowing the enemies means that you can keep them around on the screen for longer, which actually allows her to get more 2.0s than the other shot types. I expect we'll be seeing that quite a lot today.
And Reimu A also has a really great ability for getting 2.0s, which we'll be seeing especially in the mid and late game, which is her Gohei can kind of like keep killing enemies on one side of the screen while your PLC on the other side of the screen. Let's see, I think only it's Reimu A bombs this non-spell. Not too sure why that is.
Pretty sure that's the case, indeed.
The Sakia A record bombs it once, but this is Borealis, so we don't know. We'll find out. Yeah, so one thing to point out with the early game is because Sakia B can gain PIV from bombing on spells, which none of the other shot types can, she's actually able to spend much more resources before the end of stage 2, specifically on Sekibanki's third spell. What that means is the other shot types actually struggle to spend their resources, and so you might see these bombs on, say, stage 1, non-spell 2.
Oh yeah, look at RB's PB. That's world record by about 50 mil, by the way. Yeah, so these guys have been inventing a lot of new strats and doing a lot of strategizing. 50 mil, okay. Yeah, so RB and Borealis specifically have been inventing a lot of strats. I think mostly just sharing them in DMs with one another. And so that means we don't really know what we're going to see here. Like, they have new strats that we've never seen before, and RB apparently has world record by a huge margin, although nobody knew it until a few minutes ago.
Yeah. They've been working on the A shot strats. We'll see some of that later in stage 4 specifically. One thing I want to point out on the Reimu A, this mid-non, the idea you need to not kill the wisps because they're the ones that shoot most of the bullets. But Reimu A's bomb is very strong for killing things, so You have to kind of lure the wisps to one corner and then move over to the other corner and hope that they don't drift over to you.
Okay, and looks like both RB and Mino are past the mid-boss. They just... Oh no, Mino! He hit in the post-mid-boss section. Yeah, that part isn't easy. Let's check RB's view. Okay, I'm surprised he 2.0's like that. Interesting. So usually you see people like keep 4 of those laser fairies alive to get a 2.0 here. Looks like this is going to be a slightly different strat. Is this going to give an extra 2.0? It is! Wow. I think that's a brand new strat. Okay, and is he resetting? Wonder what that was about.
I'm not considered it.
Okay, so Sekibanki, kind of one of the most important goer bombs in the run, right here. And like, you actually want to bomb pretty much every non-spell because it gets so much PV and it's generating so many bullets.
Yeah, this is another issue where Rainbow's bomb does a lot of damage. Generally with score bombs, you don't want them to do damage. Well, I think always. Because you need to, the idea of bombing is that you're trying to delete as many bullets as possible, and you want to dump a lot of bombs on these non-spells. Rainbow's bomb will just kill the boss very quickly if you're not careful, so RB has to be very careful, and that's why these bombs on top of the boss avoid damaging them.
Yeah, one technique you supposed to send is bombing on top of the boss so that the Gohei doesn't actually hit it. Another technique you'll use a lot is starting a bomb at the bottom of the screen and then moving up. And the reason that's good is because the first few hits of the Gohei deal a lot more damage than the last few hits. That's why you'll see him activating a lot of bombs low down. Now he does another bomb high up to avoid dealing any damage.
Yeah, the low down bombs are generally done. If the boss is high on screen, then bombing on top of the boss is not very good. But you can't do that many bombs from the bottom because it does a lot of damage.
Let's see what
you can have to
in
balance it out there. Oh yeah, here we go. This is the DDC pattern for scoring.
Yes, I think the Rainbow A strat that most players use is you just kill those guys on the left and right side early, and then they want to kill 3 of the heads alongside the POC, alongside killing the boss in order to get a 2.0 in the POC.
Can't help but notice some 9-head crazing going on.
Oh, this is
going
new.
for 6.
This is new. Oh wow.
Oh, okay, interesting.
So, oh wow. So he killed 6 of those heads in order to get a 2.0, and then gets a 0.5 from killing the boss. Never seen that before with Rainbow A, I'm gonna admit. We might be seeing something similar with Sakio B, so let's take a look at Borealis' side too.
Second on as Sakia A is quite interesting because you actually just have to spend your bombs as fast as possible. Oh, saving a bomb.
Let's see, so dealing a lot of damage to the heads right here. And they're all on low health. Very nice. So he gets a 2.0 here, and there's still enough items. If he does a suicide, there's enough items to get another 2.0.
They go for the middle head as well. So the middle head has so much more health than the others, as you can see. Okay.
That's very interesting. So Borealis used the start of the spell to use the knife spamming method to quickly kill a lot of the heads and get a 2.0 from there.
And grazing the end of it. Oh, okay. RB and Borealis both grazing 9 head, which is something we don't really see in DDC Lunatic runs.
It's pretty much objectively a bad idea. It's very dangerous. The spell is hard enough as it is.
Alright, RB on stage 3 now. This has a lot of POCs where you're also dodging bullets while POCing. That's not easy to do. It's super important to kill this mid-boss quickly because after mid-boss, like every half second a new fairy spawns, so every half second after you kill her, you get an extra set of items. I don't think that suicide was intentional, but I also don't think it matters.
Definitely wasn't. You wanna get the spell bonus?
I don't think about this too much because I think you typically suicide somewhere you're in stage 3 anyway. Oh no, 1.6. Yeah, he's gonna have to try to do some stuff without suiciding, but he should be able to get back on route, I hope.
Meanwhile, Borealis is going for a speed kill on Kagero as well.
And here we see the Sakia A speed kill techniques. So he's unfocused shooting every half second, and it would take an hour to explain all the details, but basically that gives you a massive DPS increase. So whenever you have a chance to, you should shotgun and spam your knives with that timing that Borealis just demonstrated.
Yes, and this DPS, as well as the usage of the knives to slow down the movement of the enemies, like you're seeing here, allows Sakia A to get a lot of 2.0s on this section compared to someone like Sakia B.
Okay, now RB just has to make sure he kills this one without dying. And
yeah, this is an extremely important capture. Okay, or a bomb. That's fine.
But it would be really bad if he died here because he had 4 bombs in stock, so it's understandable.
Yeah. Probably playing it safe to start with, get a score on the board, and then start risking stuff like forcing that cap.
Okay, now the next 2 rounds spells give a lot of PIV, so he's going to be bombing them.
These bombs are really interesting, by the way. They're really specific to optimize. It's very strange. You want to wait for as frame away for all of the Mentos to explode, but then you have to run away, because otherwise you're going to cancel the next set before they explode, and when they explode, they become a lot more bullets. So you really want that to happen. You don't want to cancel them before they explode. We'll see that again on the third non.
Okay, and this is considered like one of the hardest bosses in the game. But the nice thing with this route is you actually, ideally, like if he hadn't died on stage 3, he would like enter every spell with 0 bombs, meaning there's not a huge penalty for dying.
Right. I just noticed Borealis went for a suicide, but they still got to 1.6. Could you explain what happened there?
I think that's intended. I mean, you have to suicide before the mid-boss so that you get your bombs back. And
yeah,
it seems like he wants 4 bombs.
It was after the first spell, so it was intentional. For some reason, bosses in this game drop a strange number of items, like it'll be something like 54 items or 44 items. So by suiciding after a spell, the 7 power items that you drop can actually push your bonus to the next sort of threshold. So Kagero normally drops 1.2s, but by doing that suicide, Bori can get 1.6 there instead, which is just more score. You can't get a 2.0 there, that was intentional.
Yeah, and just to clarify the thresholds, you first get a bonus at 20 items, and then every 10 items after that you get a higher bonus. So 30 items will give you a 0.8, 40 items a 1.2, etc. until 60 items gives you the full 2.0. On RB side, was that a late POC? Oh, still 2.0 close.
Still a 4.0, yeah, got it.
It's a really tough 2.0 to get.
Yeah, you have to die at a very specific time there, but on Lunatic there's just so many lasers and bullets that it's very difficult to get a consistent timing on it. It's really rough.
So Mino going for the heads. Nice.
Yeah. It's like if you don't have an OP shot, you just have to kill them manually, and it's not easy. So,
Yeah.
Mino doing really well there.
Yeah, I noticed on Mino's runs that he has had to reset to failing 9-head many times. It's a really difficult point of the run.
Yeah, I think it's worth pointing out that the Sakia B early game route specifically is very precise to the point where, oh no, Bore. Oh, that's bad.
Yeah, that's really bad.
Continuing though. Yeah, the route for Sakia B is really precise to the point where if you fail a single 0.5, you actually just have to reset because you lose a life before this final spell on Seki. and that's minus something like 15,000 PIV. It's a huge loss if that happens.
Okay, and RB is about to enter the infamous Weather Vane section. How many 1.6s will we see? Hopefully 0, but this section is really hard to get right.
It's 192k pip for Mino into stage 3.
Oh, that's really good. That's extremely high.
Borealis
Okay,
just
Weather
did a
Vane
new
section.
strat for the pre-mid-boss spam on stage 4, the Kunai spam. Got it all in 2.0s, which is Sakia A is not trivial.
Some RB on Weather Vane. That's a 2.0. Is that enough items? It is! Perfect Weather Vane from RB.
Yeah, that's really impressive. That section is a complete nightmare for every shot type. We're going to see Sakia A coming up on it soon. And Sakia A has an especially hard time because during the bomb you can't move. Which is a real
Mino
problem.
reset.
Yeah, Sakia B is really punishing in this game. You barely have any resources at any time, so any death in stage 3 is pretty much just a game over.
See how Barry does. That's an early bomb. Oh, he got no bonus there. This section is so brutal. Hopefully that's the only small bonus. Nice.
Okay, that was good. That was good. I'm pretty sure the world record guess for 1.6 is there.
And here
It's
we're
just
going to
such
see
a
a new
nightmare.
technique from RB. New technique from RB. So watch the PIV count very carefully on RB's screen. He's going to bomb, PIV will go normally, and then last second he'll suddenly get 2k PIV. Yeah, this is a totally new trick. Figured out 1 week ago. If you bomb at a certain timing, you get like 2k extra PIV from every bomb.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No,
It's so new that it's currently not well understood why this happens, although there are some theories as to why it might be the case. Basically what happens is, for Remu A at least, you time the bomb later than they usually would, so that the last smack of her Gohei will cancel Ben's lasers at the spawn point. And for some still unexplicable reason, this gives very inflated PIV compared to cancelling lasers normally.
you're going to see it a lot in this dance style. So just watch how the PIV kind of grows normally, and then on the last second he's going to get a huge shot of PIV.
Yeah, I want to point out this also works for Sakia A. For some reason, so Sakia A's bomb doubles the PIV from the lasers, but Raymoe's bomb gives a 4 times multiplier on the PIV. No idea why, but that's how it works. But yeah, you can see Borealis doing that as well here. For Sakia A, you specifically have to break the shield and have the have the laser spawn during that shield break cancel. It doubles their value.
Yeah, and that new technique is, I guess, one of the main reasons why RP has a PV over like 50 mil over the previous world record.
It's a very significant game. In a way, it amounts to something like 60 million. It's really huge.
It's also worth noting that the previous world record failed the final spell card of the run as well, which is also a big loss.
Yeah, and it failed it in a way that meant it ended with 2 lives less than usual. So that's also a big factor. Now, in previous runs, like on the previous world record, I think it finished stage 4 with about 204k PIV. So RB is already way ahead of that. And RB is saying he's like aiming for 220k PIV. So this isn't a perfect run, it's not going to be 220k, but it's already like way beyond what was thought to be possible until recently.
Right. Borealis is entering stage 5. They just bombed the final spell for survival safety, since the double score, aka Ben's final spell, is also quite notorious for being difficult. So it is understandable to use a bomb there to guarantee a stage 5 end.
By the way, RB is on really good pace right now. Let's keep an eye on his run. Borealis also looking really clean. There were some mistakes in stage 4, but other than that, it's also been a clean run. So
it's a really solid starting run, yeah.
Stage 5 is almost all 2.0s if you do it right. But doing it right isn't so easy always. So there's a lot of places here where you don't have to bomb, or you don't even have to miss or bomb or use any resources. But players will do it just for safety. Oh no!
1.6 there! Oh,
that's
ouch.
That's like the worst one, because that one is all point items.
Yeah, there's 80 point items there, which is so many considering that most bonuses will be made up of sort of a mixture of point items and power items. So most 2.0s will have something like 30 or 40 point items. That's 80. It's worth so much. So the 1.6 there is particularly devastating.
Okay, let's see how RP does on that section. Okay, and here we're seeing again the speed kill techniques from Sake. Just unfocusing every twice per second, pretty much. Deal a huge amount of damage and basically kill the attack before it even starts shooting at you. And is he on route? Okay.
Yeah, this case is similar to stage 3, where by killing the mid boss so quickly, you can get a ton of extra items on this post-mid boss section.
So are we struggling a bit to find the bullets there? Or Borealis?
Yeah, it is not, that post-mid boss section is not easy to actually cash in on, though, even if you do go for the speed kill. It's
okay,
just such a messy
entering
section.
it now?
Check RB's screen, he's going to do some really funny Rainbow Ace strats.
Look at this strat now.
So basically, the POC will last as long as there are items sucking up, and okay, when there are no items left, there's a 7-frame timer, but you can POC indefinitely in theory, and pretty much what we're seeing here. So as long as there are always items traveling, the POC will never end.
As usual though with DDC strats, it's actually much harder than it looks. It's extremely easy to break your chain, but it's also really easy to just run into one of the icicles there. Breaking chain in this context would mean the bonus ends early and you get a smaller bonus than you want, but then also the next bonus is going to be smaller than you want. It's really quite bad.
And Borealis, RB is actually on insane pace right now, like 1.6 easily.
Yin Yang check. How many do we get?
Oh yeah, the RNG Yin Yangs here. 2.
It's below average.
This is excellent PIP for entering Seja.
Yeah, so at the end of stage 5, there's a set of like 6 yin yangs, but Zune was an idiot and randomly some of them won't appear on screen, so it's complete RNG, and RB only got 2 out of 6 yin yangs, which is below average, but he still got the 2.0 because he decided to do a suicide in that part of the run. There are routes where if you get 2 items, you fail to get a 2.0, and that is really bad.
It's so unfortunate having a 2.0 that is actually just completely up to luck, especially at this point in the game.
Let's see how those sages go. Sages are a really annoying boss, if I'm being honest. It looks like
Seja is one of the most divisive boss fights in Touhou history, I would say.
Was that NN from Borealis?
I think it was,
I
yeah.
didn't see a death. I didn't see any deaths.
Really clean. In stage 6, like, the routes are pretty uncomplicated, but it's so easy to mess up, especially with all the nerves and everything going on. You should 2.0 everything, but sometimes something just doesn't go right. Let's see. So he leaves one yin yang alive during this part. Ah, he's doing this strat.
Right. Knife explosion and suicide. No, and then cancelling the bomb for another.
Alright, nightmare section.
I don't think he meant to keep that yin yang, but... So basically, you should POC every 4 waves. That's... Oh no, he fell to suicide!
No, the bullets! That's... that is unfortunate. Oh
yeah,
no.
Oh, and that... He did not want to suicide there. Oh no.
Yeah, that's the curse of wanting to ram a bullet in scoring. It never works.
That was painful. Let's see how RP does, but I think it's easiest for Rainbow A this section, so hopefully he'll do fine here.
It is still pretty rough. You can get sniped very easily because you have to be at the top of the screen for a lot of time.
Basically, you want to POC every 4 waves because there's 64 items. Yeah, and he gets all 2.0s.
Borealis entering Shindomaru. So this fight is really about the spell card bonuses. At this point, so late in the game, the spell card bonuses are really big, and you really want to capture every single spell card.
There are actually some new long-range techniques from the Sakura, although we're not seeing them on Borealis' side. But yeah, other than that, like really, this is all about getting high spell card bonuses, and RP I think just did a Gohei tube, which will probably explain what that trick is. So, I don't think anyone understands Gohei tube, not even the Tassers, but basically if you shoot 2 Goheis within 10 frames and you get lucky, you'll get double Goheis. Nobody really knows beyond that, like it's basically luck.
Yeah, really all we know about it is that you have to be above the boss while you're attempting. And you have to mash shift really fast.
This is one section where you have plenty of time to set up the double Gohei, so we're going to see RB very carefully and deliberately setting it up. He's going to do a trick here to misdirect all these bullets away from him. Or is he? What's he doing?
Seems to be taking a while.
And I set it up. There we go.
There we go.
Did this weird trick to get the bullets away from him. Now he's going to try setting up a double Gohei. So he's just going to mash shift twice and try to get double Goheis. He got it just there.
There it is.
And double Gohei, of course, means double Gohei damage. So this gains something like, I think, 4 mil on this boss fight.
Yes, it gains about 4 to 5 mil from what I remember. And also, as you can see, RB is now basically forced to either mash or hold shifts, because otherwise you would lose the doubled Gohei.
Yeah, so he's not allowed to...
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
He's not allowed to release shifts, of course, and he just released shift.
Yeah, you have to lose it for this spell. You have to lose it because the Goheis here will try and home in on the edge of Shimmy's bowl and do no damage at all. It's very silly. It's better to just lose the dupe and just get a single Gohei, but centered. I mean, you can see it doing it now. The Gohei is useless.
Borealis is struggling a bit on this boss fight. Hopefully no more mistakes on this, but... Yeah, so ideally I think Sector A doesn't finish with max lives, but something like 5 or 6 lives from what I remember. RB is trying to finish all max lives though, so...
I think Rainbow A and Marissa B are like the only ones that finish high, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I think he's just barely got enough to get that final life, RB. But as long as he doesn't like have to bomb everything or die anywhere, he should be good. Let's see how Borealis does on the final. This is a really notoriously difficult final spell. Can he capture it?
Nice, they got the capture.
Very good.
And actually, RB had less resources than I thought. No wait, RB.
Borealis gets the first run. RB almost has to run. See how much it's going to get. One more obstacle. Get the dupe.
He gets the dupe, but I noticed I thought he was on a higher cycle. Actually, it doesn't look like he's going to finish with max lives, which is quite unfortunate.
Yeah, that loses 10 mil right there from not having the life.
So 10 mil, it's not massive, but it's still a little annoying, especially at 2 out of 3. But, like, this is a 1.6. This is... I don't think it's... This is extremely high.
Also, look at Borealis ending screen.
1.648.
That is an absurd first run.
Remember, before the stream started...
Both of these ending blockers.
God. Before the stream started, we thought the world record was 1.61 though, and he just got a 1.64. So that is really incredible from RB.
So yeah, we have not even gone for, like, I mean, we have barely even gone for half an hour and we already have 2 clears.
I'm sure, like, RB is already extremely happy with this current run. It's going to be hard to top that. Like, basically outside of stage 3, there were no mistakes, right? It was insanely clean.
It was a very strong run, for sure. It is going to be hard to beat. Probably going to see them going all out now.
Yeah, it was really clean. I think, yeah, there was something off on stage 3, but yeah, other than that... Okay, Mino's on the post-mid section, and this section is notoriously... I was going to say it, it's notoriously difficult for Sakuya P to get all the 2.0s. It's so inconsistent.
It's really sad, double the 1.6 for Mino, but it's so hard. Like... You can't really blame him.
Oh, that was a really good bomb. That was a great bomb.
Really clutch, but it still cost a 2.0, but at least he didn't die.
Yeah. Dying there is so much worse because you lose all the bombs.
Yeah, dying would have probably just been run over there.
The pace entering stage 4 was very strong for Mino, by the way. So that's not necessarily the end of the world. That's completely tolerable.
Right, yeah.
RB ending blocker, I think I can explain it. There's a hypothesized route for Sakuya B that's incredibly optimized. It involves not failing at a single bonus in the entire run, and also getting an extra 0.5, which is possible, only just. And if you do that, what you can do is you can suicide on Shimmy's second non-spell, and then spend 3 bombs on that to gain 10k piv. And then suicide again after the second spell, and that way you can get that extra 2.0, and I think that's what the ending block is showing.
That is some cursed knowledge.
It's an unhinged route. It's probably never going to happen, to be honest. It's just too difficult.
Yeah, you say that, but what if people are still playing in 2036?
True.
It's crazy that we have already seen a 1.64 Rainbow A clear. It's so fast.
Okay, Mino is about to enter. I think after this he's got arguably the hardest spell card in the game.
Yes. That spell card is also known as Requiem.
So I guess he's gonna enter with 0 bombs most likely, so it doesn't matter if he dies. But from what I've heard, he's also kind of scared to do it with just 1 resource. That's how hard it is.
Saving a bomb. Good decision, I think.
Yes, he is carrying a bomb into Requiem, and even then it's still a bit scary.
Yeah, Saki B's bomb, great for scoring, but it just isn't good for survival. So
getting some really good dodging here. That's actually capture. That is really sweet.
Wow.
Well, this bomb is going to get used in an interesting way as a result of that.
Yeah, so you can do a lot of these stage 5 sections without bombing or dying or using any resources. But if you have one, well, you might as well use it and make something a bit more safe.
Let's hope he is going to nail the stage 5 2-point.
I do want to point out these 2.0s here on these yin yangs contain exactly 60 items. So if you gray a single item on your way to the POC, that's a 1.6.
So it's not a perfect arm from Mino, but it's still pretty solid. I don't think... we have the target scores here, okay.
Yeah, the target score was shown incorrectly for a bit, but it's fixed now.
Okay, so is that is 1.9 what's needed to beat Borealis' score? I would guess most likely.
Yes, that is indeed the case, because Mino is currently last place, so it shows 4 he needs to beat to get 1 place higher.
So he's definitely on pace, it just comes down to whether or not he can 1-2C, and that's not trivial to do with Sakio B.
Yeah, this is a great example of that, this spell. Everyone dislikes this spell, it's so difficult.
Yeah, you might remember from just a bit earlier how Reimu A and Sakya A did the spell card, and now you notice just how much Sakya B struggles to capture that card in comparison.
Yeah, this game has such a huge contrast in survival difficulty where...
Oh no.
Oh no.
Thanks.
That's honestly to be expected on this section. It's Sakya B just struggles here so much.
I wonder how he's going to handle Seijin now, because he's really not doing so great on resources. Like, he could just have a spare life for everything, but then he's not going to be able to do any scoring tricks.
It's going to be scary. Like, I know Mino was talking about bringing safety resources into Seija, because clearing is just so hard with Sakya B that you kind of need it to have a decent shot at getting a 1cc that scores competitively.
He gets 4 of the RNG in Yangs at least.
That's really good. That makes up a little bit, certainly.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see like how much risk he's going to take here. It looks like he's not even bombing the first one, but that's understandable, he just wants to clear.
Might just be delaying it. Nope. Fair enough. These non-spells shoot more and more bullets over time, so by delaying the bombs you can get a little bit more out of them.
And the survival in Sage is so hard. Looks like he's really just playing to survive right now. And as long as he can do that, as long as he can stay alive, he'll definitely get like a 2.2 bill and a really solid first run.
Yeah, I just want to clarify a bit of terminology. That's used a lot specifically in this game. If we talk about graying an item, it refers to collecting a point item, or I mean, it can be a power item too, below the POC line. So if you pick it up manually like that, it doesn't get added to any bonus, and it is also worth less score than your PIV, or point item value. It's really bad. You don't want to be doing it. But sometimes it's really unavoidable. The items will just be in your way.
Okay, another really hard spell for Mino. But remember, this is the player who has element every game except... I'm not sure about the newest one.
Except
but,
Loke,
like,
yeah. Except Loke.
He's such an accomplished survival player, so he can deal with this.
Yeah, but I think an explanation that Mino himself used in the past to describe the difficulty of DDC's survival is how a lot of why it's so much easier with Reimu A and Sakya A to capture the spell cards is because a lot of spells in DDC just have the tendency to get really dangerous, especially if you leave them alive for longer than 10 seconds. And because by that time Reimu A and Sakya A are already finishing off the spell cards, they can avoid what is probably the most dangerous parts of each spell card that Sakya A is forced to deal. Sakya B, is forced to deal with.
Borealis unfortunately died on... Was it Sekibanki?
Yeah, it was stage 3.
On stage 1. Oh.
Yeah, really unfortunate death there, but there's still plenty of reset time, that's okay.
Okay, let's see how Mino does on this section. Hopefully all 2.0s. But with Sakya B, it's really hard. Actually, I think you bomb with a shot, right? No, he's not bombing.
Yeah, this is the risky way of doing it. You don't bomb.
He might be doing it to get ahead, considering how much he lost by getting those 1.6s on both stage 4 and 5.
Yeah, it's a good move.
Insanely clean.
Yeah,
really nice stage 6.
Worked out, very nice to see.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we mentioned it yet, but that POC from the first non on this Sejam mid-boss fight is a forced 1 point.
Yeah, I think pretty much all the boss drops on the stage give like 1.6s, but he is most likely going to suicide. Yeah, so he's using a bomb here, that's fine though, because I think he's planning to suicide after spell 1 to get a 2.0. Let's see if he pulls that one off. But first, of course, he has to try to capture this, which is easier said than done.
Yeah, this is probably the hardest spell card to capture in the stage for Sakya B.
Oh no.
That sucks.
Yeah, it's too early to like, kind of get the 2.0. It's so hard. Let's hope he captured the rest of the spells though.
This is still 2.2 pace, for sure. It's not the end of the world.
Setting up a safe spot here. Alright, he got it.
Very nice. It's always so scary to watch people trying to set that up. It's a real
Yeah,
nightmare.
it is.
You have to dodge the pellets from really awkward angles for quite a while before you can get into a safe spot here.
Now that he's here,
It is worth it. This non-spell is a complete nightmare if you just try and do it in the middle.
Also, some people are noting about how Borealis is in stage 1 jail. Stage 1 is actually one of the hardest stages in the run for Sakya A.
Let's see how
What is
Mino
this
does in
movement?
spell. Yeah,
He's so far left.
All the way on the left side. Like, I hope he doesn't need to improvise here.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh my...
That was... I don't think that was
so
really...
unlucky.
That was the worst RNG I've ever seen there.
Yeah, I've never seen it that bad.
That is just incredibly bad luck for Mino.
Not really sure what you do about that, to be honest.
So very understandable bomb in that situation. I think he would have almost certainly died if he didn't do that.
Yeah, without a doubt. Definitely a good decision there. Saves the spell card bonus, well, it doesn't save the spell card bonus, but saves the clear bonus from their life, which is 10 mil.
Nice capture there. But the next couple of spells are not easy either. The survival especially can throw all kinds of random junk at you if you're unlucky. And the final is extremely hard, especially with Sakya B. So let's hope for the best.
Yeah, let's hope Mino is gonna get this one too, although he almost certainly will.
Yeah, these players are extremely practiced at this.
Sometimes it just throws such bad RNG that there's not much you can do. But hopefully that won't happen to Mino.
Alright, here comes a scary dodge. This corner, this is the hardest part. Makes it.
Nice.
Good.
Nice. It's worth noting on this card that if you're playing a Sakya or Marissa for that matter, your hitbox is actually larger than the hitbox image that is shown on the screen, and it even extends beyond Sakya's sprite by a bit.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
No.
I guess the nerves are really setting in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just nerves. Oh no, the Sakya B-bomb. Okay.
That's not a spell you should ever die on. I think you must just be extremely nervous.
Yeah, even
It's
as
just a movement
Sakya B,
mistake.
like that spell is pretty much isn't considered a real threat to the run.
See if you can capture the final at least. Looking good so far. Here come the blue bullets. Oh no, oh no.
I saw that coming.
Yeah. It's unfortunate.
Is it still 2.2 build pace? It's
I
gonna be
doubt
close
it at this
now.
point.
I'm not sure anymore.
Oh, yeah.
The clear bonus is
It's not enough.
Yeah, it's like 40 mil clear bonus, I think, roughly.
Yeah, roughly that from these resources.
Yeah, it's 40 more.
There you go.
Yeah.
Alright. That's still a good run. 2.15.
It's still a clear, and it's also still presently second place.
GG, Mino. Okay, looks like the other two players are still stuck in stage 1 jail, unfortunately. Oh, okay, Borealis just made it past stage 1. So, one technique we haven't really talked about much is like the difference between unfocused and focused shooting. So, essentially in this game, if you're at less than 4 power and you shoot unfocused, you'll also create point items. And it's a bit dependent on which shot type you're playing with, but typically that's the rule. And if you're shooting focused, you'll create PIV. So for that reason, you'll see the players shooting focused a lot, especially Sakya B, because she gains even more PIV than other shots. Typically the goal is to get at least to 3 power before the mid-boss. It looks like Borealis' route, that's fine, so he's just going to try to focus shoot as much as possible, because that gains PIV.
Right, so it looks like Mino, considering that he got a run-in and his target score is over 2.3 bill, that he is dropping safe strategies and is just going to go all out.
Nice. You love to hear it. Let's just hope he can finish a run while playing aggressively.
Well, either way, it'll be exciting to see. Sake B going all out is some crazy stuff because you just never have any resources to spare for survival mistakes.
Let's see, Borealis at the end of stage 2, he's not allowed to drop 2.0's heal. That's good. And he should even get another 0.5 of these remaining items. Yeah, nice.
Did we talk about Sakia A's shield bomb just freezing her in place, both when you activate it and when it's cancelled?
Oh yeah. Yeah, so that's... Yeah, well, Maribel already described it. When you bomb with Sakia A, you cannot move for 1 second. And if you've never scored, you cannot imagine how frustrating that is. Because you want your bombs to be perfect, right? You want your bombs to be exactly in the middle of the bullet source or exactly where you can shoot all the enemies. But Sakia A, when you bomb, you're no longer allowed to adjust your position. So if you bombed in the wrong spot, well, there's nothing you can do. You just wait, you just sit there and wait there like an idiot as all the score runs away from you.
Also on the stage 4 post-mid-boss yin-yang section, that being frozen in place just means you actually have no control over where your damage is going. It's just a complete nightmare getting the 2.0 to Sakia A. She struggles so much with it.
Yeah, so I guess that's one of the sections where it hurts Sakia A the most, but I myself am an extra scorer, and there's so many sections in the extra stage where you want to get precise kills with Sakia A, but at the same time you're bombing, and if you mess up your bomb spots, GG, you better reset. Okay, let's see if we can see the funny 9-head strat here. So Borealis.
Looks like he's going
That's
for
not a
it.
2.0, is it?
Yeah, they grade a lot of the items.
There's still enough heads left. Oh no, never mind. Okay. Thinking the route.
Still 0.5 there.
Yeah, not quite going for the funny 9-head strat, it's still killing all but one of the 9-head.
Let's look at the pip they're entering stage 3 with.
So I guess the pip should still be good.
Pip is really good for Borealis right now. See how it's going to be for RB.
Let's just hope for the best. Oh, he bombed there in the start of stage 3. He was so close to hitting that bullet, so... And I guess he had trauma from that previous step, so... Understandable. Understandable.
Using the knives there to delay those items so they can be collected there to make that a 2.0.
I feel like the start of stage 3 before you have that spare life is one of the scariest sections of this game. Anywhere else you die, you at least kind of have a backup. But if you die at the start of stage 3, it's an instant game over. Which we actually saw previously, so yeah, that part is really scary.
Yeah, and it's just not worth it to carry the spare life in as a contingency because you can gain so much PIV. And on stage 2, that PIV is worth so much because there's so much of the game left for it to count. So we won't be seeing anyone taking a spare life into stage 3.
Yeah, definitely not.
It's just worth way too much to dump the resources on Sekibanki.
Okay, Borealis getting some weird knife sticks to slow down the enemies. I guess just to make this 2.0 a bit easier. Okay, and RB... Did RB get a double Gohei?
Yeah,
I know.
yeah, that's a double.
Nice.
That's really good.
They managed to set up a
Do
double
not
go
get
A,
time
and
to
now
set
he
it up.
now he kills this one really fast.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Dupe also gains like, alright, so this is the mid boss. I was thinking if you do it on Kagero, on the main fight, it also gains like 4 to 5 million.
Yeah, but got a 1.6. Let some of the boss items drop off the screen. That was a 1.6. It probably still gains score overall, but that's a little bit upsetting to get the dupe and then fail that.
Yeah.
Oh, Borealis.
Oh, no.
Oh, with 2 bombs in stock too.
Yeah, that's a reset, unfortunately.
Yeah.
That's really
Kagero first spell is a very sort of notable reset point because you want to capture it with bombs in stock. So if you die there, you lose not only the spell card bonus, but also those bombs. Just, it's such a nightmare. You pretty much have to reset.
Okay, but RP is still going pretty strong. See what he can make of this run. It's actually unbelievable that he already got a 1.64 bill. Like, how good does this run even need to be in order to beat that?
Yeah, it basically needs to be nearly or a world record.
Like on the previous run we saw from him, it was already so close to perfect. Mino, I know is trying to beat RP, so he's really got to go all in and try to get a 2.33 or higher, which is
Raising
also
this
going to be. Oh my god!
Yeah,
That's such a meme.
Yeah, getting a 2.33 or higher, or even just a 2.3 really is also something that requires the use of ISN's routes for Sakia B.
But I think by now most or every player has adopted the ISN strats.
It's the ISN.
So ISN strats.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, basically ISN introduced live in TWC a new route where you suicide during the stage, during the second half of stage 1, and that gives you an extra 2.0, and that gives you an extra life, pretty much.
Yeah, it's a really significant game. I mean, there's 3 more bombs on Sekibanki, which you can dump on the final spell. It's something like 15,000, probably more like 18,000 PIV. It's really huge. So you'll see Mino going for it, even at the cost of early game resets.
Yeah, let's see how Mino does on 9 head. So this is a really tough section of Sakia B, because you have to try to get a 2.02, so he's
Dodge.
Like it's really hard to dodge, and on top of that he has to do perfect damage control, that he can kill 3 of these heads in quick succession, hopefully. 1, 2, 3, and then get a 2.0.
Very nice. Yeah, because of Sakia B's low power, actually killing the heads is extremely hard. You have to damage control them quite precisely beforehand so that they die quick enough. It's really hard.
Okay, how is what's RB up to? Like he basically had I didn't see any mistakes. Maybe I wasn't watching the whole time, but I didn't see any mistakes from him during that boss fight, or during the second half of the stage actually, except for the 1.6.
Just reset because they manually collected some items instead of blocking from what I can see.
I see a spoiler
Mino.
in chat.
Oh my god! Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah, Mino spoiled Spiv. That is very impressive, Pip.
That's extremely high.
That's the highest I've ever seen, that's for sure.
That is actually crazy.
197 is on the higher end that you'll ever see. It's basically RNG, to be honest. Sakia B's bomb, unfortunately, depends on boss movement quite a lot, but that's great to see. This is, currently 2.4 pace, that kind of piv. Very, very comfortable for 2.4 pace with that kind of piv.
it's such that Sekibanki's movements decides how much score you get. Essentially, that her boss fight is sometimes referred to as a casino.
Yeah, so the reason it matters so much is because like all the bullets are spreading out from her. So if she's close to the middle of the screen, you can have more bullets on screen every time you bomb. Whereas if Sekibanki moves up to the, say, top left corner of the screen, there's going to be far less bullets, and you're going to lose thousands of piv every bomb. Oh, okay, not every bomb, but overall.
Over vertical movement in this game, and only limited control over horizontal movement, so it's completely up to luck.
Yeah, vertical movement is complete RNG, horizontal movement is 1/3 of the time she'll move away from you, 2/3 she'll follow you. So it's still pretty random. Let's see the go-ahead strats from RB.
It's the yin-yang, unfortunately.
I think we talked about how much Borealis is unfocusing in the early game to collect its power.
That was scary. Good recovery from RB there. Was not on route.
Honestly, with Sakia A, it's also just that the focus shot is super weak on stages. And it might sound weird to call Sakia A weak, but she really is. Sakia A is super weak at everything except for single enemy damage.
Yeah, it's kind of a min-max shot where her like unfocused shot is really weak, and she struggles with these sections like stage 1, especially when her power is still low. While on spell cards, when she has high power, her power is insanely high.
RB does in this section. Full 2.0 so far. And looks like he has plenty of items left for this one. Perfect.
Oh, that's good pace into Kagero from Mino. Strong score to see here. And, well, extremely high piv for this point in the game.
So both Mino and RB are on insane run right now.
It's Starfang, please.
Please. Good RNG there.
Who do we even watch?
Oh, okay, bombed.
Yeah, that was pretty much a forced bomb there.
Really clutch bomb though.
Yeah.
He's letting the next wave play out, just get a bigger cancel.
Mino's survival bombs have been on point so far this match.
Alright, let's see the funny new bomb strats from RB side. Again, the PIV is just going to go very normally, and then last second, if you timed it right.
Yeah, he suddenly gains about 2k at the end, for like no apparent reason.
Yeah, these bomb timings are really precise, I want to point out. Like, there is not a very big window to get the 4 times multiplier on the laser PIV. And it's especially complicated because you want that timing to be on the last hit of the Gohei, not the first. So there isn't really an easy cue to use for it.
Yeah, it has to be the last smack, because the first smack will deal way more damage, and you don't want that.
Kind of the idea for how it works is you have to bomb exactly as the curvy lasers spawn. And it seems to be somehow related to the fact that they're curvy lasers, but nobody really understands it yet. So you see, with this bomb timing, the last swing of the Gohei is exactly when the curvy lasers spawn, and that's the timing you need. And yeah, whenever he gets it, his PIVs just magically increases by a lot.
Yeah, I want to point out Mino is definitely still on 2.3 pace, very easily. The spell card bonus fail is bad, and it does lose some PIV, but the PIV was really high anyway, so it's not the end of the world. Definitely still 2.3 pace.
Yeah, Mino's definitely on a run.
That's a
But
capture.
you never know, like, RB might also improve its PD, or its TWC PD.
Yeah, it should actually be 2.4 pace still for Mino. A bit more tight now, but... High 2.3, 2.4.
Yeah, the PIV is so high that Mino is straight up just on PB base, as in his actual personal best.
Yeah, I think his PB had, if I'm reading this right, 243k PIV at this point. So he's about 1k ahead of PB.
And he's still ahead in score, despite the failed spell. Still ahead entering stage 4 by something around 10 million, so that's really nice to see. The bomb on that spell very much saved the run.
So Mino is seriously on PB pace. I'm not sure about RB.
1.6.
Yeah, that was really bad RNG there. This section is rough for Sakubi. You have to avoid picking up the items, but
oh no!
But the bullets force you to move around, and you need to be in a very specific spot when you bomb for some technical reasons. So it's just a complete nightmare. You have to basically get lucky that bullets don't force you out of position. If you pick up too many items, it's 1.6 time.
It's a kind of weird section, but like if you're perfectly in the middle of the screen, what will happen is that the items will come to get stuck to you both at the same time, and that will mean like your combo will end. But if you're slightly off center, what will happen is you'll get an item from the right side, then left side, then right side, then left side, and that's how you prolong a combo there. But it requires pretty precise horizontal placement.
I do think Mino could recover a bit if he gets a really good post mid boss section. Like if he gets every single 2.0 in this section, that would make up for it somewhat.
All right, let's see how it goes.
That's the first one. The second one.
Nice. But now it gets really hard.
Yes, this is the hard part. Okay,
nice.
okay.
That was a good
Another
one.
2.0.
All right. Oh, just missed.
Single 1.6 is fine there. That was still good.
Yeah, that's still really good.
Still good.
That was close. That scared me.
3 out of 4 with Sakubi is still considered really good. Again, I'm struggling to choose who to watch here.
$305k Biv into Yatsuhashi.
Yeah, Mino is still ahead of PB, even after all those 1.6s. Just goes to show how much that extremely high PIV gains you in terms of score.
Also just goes to show like
much, yes.
how difficult it is to play Sakubi. Because even like PB's, even the world record, there's plenty of mistakes. It's just so hard to finish a clean run.
Yeah, which is why the sort of very optimized route where you can't fail a single bonus at all in the entire game is just, it's, at least at the moment, unrealistic.
Also, RB's entering stage 5 post mid. Let's see how the chaining goes.
Looking good.
Nice.
I think he killed it a bit early, or ended it a bit early, but still got it 2.0.
Yeah, it's only a few items lost, it's not too bad.
Okay, and Mino's getting to some of the hardest survival sections. Dodges that one.
And he's just barely going to enter Requiem with the bomb.
It's so hard.
Against here. Alright,
Yeah,
because he died, he just gets bombs anyway.
Gets that life for stage 5, that's really important.
That's also really nice to have it just for Requiem. Because we saw him capture last attempt, but that's really not a given. I think even for a player like me, it's close to 50-50.
Abi got 1.6 on the end of stage 5. Unfortunate. The Gohei did not home on the last enemy there. That's all it would have taken to get the 2.0.
And he's...
Or an extra yin yang spawn in the top corner, but
He's not actually bringing a safety bomb here, so he's just going for this.
Yeah, Mino's going all out here.
It's so risky.
It's incredibly
risky.
Oh.
Nice.
Come on.
Oh my goodness.
Rough, but not impossible.
How?
Nice.
Incredible capture.
It's
So impressive.
Wow, Mino. Okay, this is one hell of a run. But what's his
Capture
pace?
that under such pressure is very, very impressive.
Yeah, this is an
It's
incredible
still-
run.
Yeah, this is still PB pace. This is still like 1 KPIV ahead. Something.
Yeah, 1 KPIV and about 10 mil, so 2.4
2.4.
if everything goes perfect.
I feel like RB getting that 1.64 just like lit a fire inside me.
Also, this music is perfect. This is perfect for the gameplay we're seeing from Mino and also RB.
Major gaming. Oh, got the Go Hey Juke on Sager too, that's nice. You do not have time to set that up, you basically just get to go for it once or twice and then you have to give up if you haven't got it.
Mino losing one of those. That's fine.
Oh, that's quite a low bonus actually. That's a few million lost.
Nice go hey dupe on Seija there.
Yeah, so ideally on that blue wisp section, Sakiavi can actually get a bonus above 50 million, which is the biggest bonus in the game by a long shot, just due to how many point items are on screen there. Even though your PIV does get higher in stage 6, it's just, that's still the biggest bonus.
Rip Borealis.
Oh no.
That really sucks.
What? Does anyone know what kind of pace RB is on? Sadly, because these strats are so new, I'm
1.1
really...
at the end of Seija. Ah, Mino failed the mid-boss card. Stage 5.
Oh no.
So,
Oh no, what was it? Please don't game over here, please Mino. You're supposed to suicide here to get the 2.0. This is gonna be really tough.
Yeah, now we cannot do that.
This is really, this is really rough.
Yeah,
well, that's going to be
0.8.
2.4 gone, unfortunately. But there's a lot of leeway for 2.3 in this run still, so hopefully that's still on the table.
Yeah, like his target score is definitely still on the table, but because of
two
that,
jelly beans alive.
because of that death, the run is no longer insane.
Yeah. And who knows, like RB... I'm not familiar with these new Strat Rainbow A paces, but RB, for all I know, could also pull out a new PB, so...
This is PB based Robbie, from what I understand.
Is it?
It
Oh,
is, I
then.
think. I might be wrong, because yeah, it's very difficult to tell with all these new routes, but it seems good.
1.68 pace? That would be insane. Yeah, of course, any PB for RB is also a world record. Like, it's gonna be insane if he gets it.
Okay, Mino on Seija's first spell. Please, Seija.
Yeah, okay, that stage 5 post mid boss portion did lose a lot for Mino, but this is still 2.3 pace.
Okay, first spell is captured. He's going to milk this.
Yeah, on the previous run, he didn't bomb this, right?
He skipped it, yes.
Also, Abi got Kohei Jupe for Jimmy's first spell.
Nice.
Very nice.
He's got one bomb here, so is he not gonna suicide? Okay.
I think Rainbow
Yeah.
doesn't want to, right? Because she wants
Alright,
max
Mino
lives.
now has to capture the remainder of Seija, at least this card. I'm pretty sure also the one after.
Oh, this is so scary
That
for me now.
depends.
Please. Please.
Ooh, please get it.
Yeah,
Nice.
one
Okay,
card
yeah,
down.
that's a bomb. Wait, no, it's almost a bomb.
Yeah, it's one of those rare situations where you'd rather have a bomb piece than a life piece. Okay, please. This one is also super hard.
Okay.
Everything left on Sager is super hard. Both of these spells are on Nightmare for Sakia. Or Sakia B at least.
You can only use a survival bomb on either this one or the final.
Survival bombs do not work very well on this spell, by the way. It doesn't cancel the bullets.
Yeah,
you do not want to bomb it with Sakia B. Okay.
Okay, that's very good.
Control only mode? What? Alright. Alright, let's wish RB some luck too.
Chat is going crazy because of these two simultaneous crazy runs.
Oh my god. So much going on.
Yeah,
RB on the survival. Like RB, is he getting another bomb? I don't think so, but he's got max lives. Hopefully he'll keep it to the
Alright,
end.
Mino captured Sage final.
Thank god. I feel so relieved for Mino.
Thank God,
that's not out of the woods yet, but that is... I mean, the run continues, right?
Yes.
Alright, let's see how RB does here. Looking like a clean survival. Here's a hard part. Nice, we got it.
Yeah, that's basically a cap there. Right, going for Doom.
double.
There we go.
Nice. That's really good. You get to carry that through to the final.
That was a really quick dupe. Like you barely have any time to set up the dupe there, so it's basically just luck dependent.
Yeah.
I know he's been complaining about Goei duping a lot on Twitter and like on Discord. Like he set his username to I hate Goei dupe or something. He's actually doing really well.
It's very understandable, honestly, considering that you have so little control over it.
Come on, RB, just one spell left.
Okay.
That's like so
Nice
quickly.
Run is
Holy.
incredible.
That's oh my god.
Oh my
That's
goodness.
Oh my.
That's going to be
1.6.
very, very
is this
high.
1.69?
Oh my god.
6.68.
That's,
Oh my god.
Well, there's a new world
incredible.
record for you.
That's absolutely incredible.
New world record right here live on TWC.
I'll be trying out a world
my
record in
God.
TWC challenge.
This is RB's second world record in a live match.
Insane run. Congrats, RB.
Congrats. That is outrageous, to be honest. The time limit here is so tight to get a run like that, and I mean that's the second 1.62. That is absurd. The previous world record before this match was a low 1.6, so it's just goes to show how good RB is as a player.
Yeah. This score is also making it extremely difficult for Mino at this point. With the previous target score, it would have still been attainable at this point for Mino. But I'm not so sure about the new target score.
But also, like, second B is considered quite so hard that I think even a 2.4 would beat the new world
Nice,
record.
he captured the
That's
first
what
spell
happens.
this time.
So I'm not sure what happened, but his resource count seemed really low. I was too busy watching RP, but I'm not sure if the stage was...
Let's see, he died on Sage's mid spell, of course. But
Oh,
I didn't see him mess up anywhere else.
Well, that would do it because you lose all the 2.0s as well from the post
Yeah,
bust.
true.
yeah, okay. I'm surprised at his resource count, but it should still be 2.3 pace, right?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so, but he needs 2.375, which, yeah, that's gonna be rough.
2.375 is not happening this run, but 2.3 is definitely still in the cards. Definitely needs to cap everything though. Can't bomb on any spells, nothing like that.
2.3 live is already pretty insane, but RB set the bar so high with his 2 runs.
Yeah, it's important to sort of the context of this is that, you know, that Sakia B is just so difficult to do at all. Like, all of these scores are absolutely absurd. RB's score is just sort of, you know, so crazy that you need something absolutely ridiculous with Sakia B to match it.
Yeah, I think RB made like I would say only like really minor mistakes. Probably there definitely wasn't any like noteworthy mistake in the run that
I think RB was expecting to get, I think, a bit more POV from Ben Ben. So there may have been some mistimed bombs in there. But they are really hard. It's also a new strat, so it's not really surprising. I think that's basically where the improvement is at this point.
I wonder if he's even going to do more runs with RP.
Yeah, honestly, I would expect RB to already be quite tired at this point, considering both like the high amount of effort that goes into such a clear, as well as how taxing Reimu A actually is on your fingers to play. Especially with all those dupes that he went for, like you have to mash so fast that it's just not really doable for a human without at least like straining your fingers somewhat.
Yeah, I remember when I was practicing Reimu, I had to like put my index finger on Z and my ring finger on the shift key, and it was still painful. Because with Reimu A, you always have to do these unfocused taps in order to get higher DPS. Really clutch dodge from Mino there, wow.
Yeah, RB is very understandably taking a rest right now.
Very well deserved rest after that.
Absolutely.
Alright, GG RP, congrats on the world record.
Huge congratulations.
GG on Mino. Mino, are you okay? Oh no.
No, this is alright. Health is low enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let's see if Mino can capture the final.
Yeah, unfortunately it looks like he's not getting another life. But he's still getting another bomb. And Mino, like, I wonder if Mino knows. He probably thinks he's still aiming for 2.33, right?
I am unsure he would pay it if he's been looking.
But either way, I think he knows he has to go all out here. No bombing.
Can he capture it?
That was really close to dying to the green orb there.
Oh no! Made it too.
He made it, but he still got nervous.
Oh my goodness. Okay, that's
really
an
tough.
Understandable bomb. So at this point, now that the spell card bonus is gone, you only lose 3 mil per bomb. So may as well just try and save the life. That's unfortunate. That will cost 2.3, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, that's costed.
GG.
But GG still. High 2.2. Still incredibly impressive in a live setting.
Well played, and honestly the start of that run was incredible.
Yeah, very, very well played from Mino here.
That was the best early game I've ever seen. No exaggeration. Best early game I've seen with the shot type. And 6th highest score ever. Wow. Oh my god, look at RB's screen. Also unoptimized. Sure.
I mean, that's just RB moments right there.
What's Mino writing? Sucked.
RNA sucks. He wrote RNA sucks. That is the acronym to refer to Sage's mid spell, which he died on.
Yeah, I know, a little annoyed to chat, but yeah. So, RB, in case you weren't watching, Mino was basically on PB pace all the way to stage 5. His run was insane.
This is a very good ending blocker.
Rainbow Ace Bomb looks so silly, like that makes it even better.
It's such a like cartoonish looking bomb.
Yeah.
Perfect for this. Okay, all eyes on Borealis now, I guess, because he's our last runner.
Yeah, I want to point out that with the reset time getting low, Sakia B takes about 8.5 minutes to get to stage 3. Whereas sort of the other shots are more in the 7.5 minutes range. So if you get sort of below that amount of time left, you might want to, like, that's going to be your last run into stage 3, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's gonna be quite tough for Bori as well, considering how much Sakia Ace struggles at low power, and they have been stuck in the early game for quite a while too.
Yeah, looking at that target, it's not gonna be easy. 1.544 is only 30 mil behind the world record, which is 1.57 currently.
That, and it's also 100 mil above what appears to be Borealis' current personal best.
Yeah. I mean, I take the displayed PV with a grain of salt, because who knows what these players are doing behind our backs. But
that is true, considering what they've been cooking before the match.
Yeah, we haven't seen anything from Borealis, so that score is very likely to be not their actual people, not their actual PB.
Alright, looks like RB or Mino is ready to keep doing runs. RB is just letting... What's he doing? Not sure.
Practicing. Gotta get some more practice.
Back to practice.
As it should be.
It doesn't matter that it's TWT, he's gotta practice. Okay, looks like Borealis should hopefully be getting another stage 2 attempt. Let's see if he gets out of early game jail.
So I don't think we've mentioned it yet, but Sakia B has such a precise resource route in the first half of stage 1. 2 of these 0.5s are actually made up of 19 items, and you get the extra item from unfocus power. So you have to unfocus at a specific time to get that item at the right point, so that such that it's in your bonus. It's a really, really precise route. Thankfully, it is the only spot that kind of thing comes up, at least on Lunatic. It's a pretty cursed bit of tech.
Until we see the 2036 strats at least.
True.
Okay. Borealis about to make it to stage 2 again. So yeah, hopefully, so there are a couple of possible 2.0 routes at the start of stage 2, and I was really curious like which strats we would see here, because it is like there are enough items here to get 2 2.0s actually. And you never know with these Sake A tech, weird knife techs, like what's possible.
It also just is a good point to mention that you don't always want 2.0s just because it's possible. Sometimes getting several 0.5s ends up with more resources.
Yeah, so like one of the main benefits of 0.5s is it advances the resource cycle. In Borealis, the reset timer is getting so low, so I'm not sure what he's going to do here, but he bombed when he didn't want to at the start of stage 2. And he resets.
Okay. That's a risky move, I think, for a Sake A stage 1.
But it's getting really tight. Like, he's basically only got one stage 3 attempt left. Maybe 2 if he gets stage 3 immediately, but it's getting really, really tight.
Yeah, they have about 2 minutes to spare on getting to stage 3. That's if they speedrun, sort of skipping dialogue and all that. Not timing down Sekibanki final for Grays. That's a really bad Cherno movement from Mino. Look at all the bullets going off screen. That's why you don't want bosses to move up in this game.
It looks like RB is actually doing runs again, so all 3 players are still playing on. You'll love to see it. So here again we're going to see that new route ISN introduced on Mino's screen.
Yeah, worth pointing out here, you have to drag this bomb piece up, but not pick it up. Because otherwise you would get a bomb extend before you die and you just lose the bomb immediately. But you also need that bomb piece, so you have to just drag it up the screen so it doesn't fall off the bottom and then pick it up when you respawn.
Yeah, also worth noting that RB will actually drop a bomb piece in stage 1. Reason being that he wants a specific resource cycle basically. So the way these resource cycles work is every 5 POCs you get a guaranteed life piece. So it's always like 4 bomb pieces and then a life piece. You see RB just dropped a resource, and that's to get a specific resource cycle for a suicide that it'll do on stage 2.
Yeah, dropping bomb pieces is something you see in scoring sometimes. It can be quite unintuitive, but basically the reason is it doesn't end up giving you an extra bomb by the end of the game, and also you do it so that you can delay the bomb extend. In this case until after a suicide, because otherwise the bomb would just be lost since you're forced to die.
And as I said, it's always 4 bomb pieces and a life piece and 4 bomb pieces and a life piece. So typically you can always tell, assuming you don't drop anything, you can always tell when you're about to get a life piece. Because if your bomb count says 4 out of 8, that means the next resource is a life piece. And if it says 0 out of 8, it means the next resource is a life piece. But that only works if you don't drop anything. So I think in RB's run, he always drops something in stage 1, so it's always going to be off by 1. So it'll be up 3 out of 8 and get a life piece, and it'll be at 7 out of 8 and get a life piece.
Yeah. What is also worth noting, by the way, about the suicide strategy in stage 1 is that they actually use the death wave from dying to kill most of the fairies on the screen. For those who don't know, when you die in Touhou, that spawns a wave that deals a small amount of damage to every enemy on the screen. And since fairies have so little health, it is actually enough to just kill them.
Yeah, the funny thing about that is that in some sense dying is the strongest attack in the game, because it has the possibility to damage every single enemy on screen, which actually makes it stronger than your main shot.
Yeah, there are some spots where it's just wouldn't be feasible to kill all the enemies at the same time. Well, not possible at all at the same time, but dying just lets you get rid of all of them at once, which makes the items all sort of clumped together at the top of the screen. You can POC very easily without picking them up before the POC.
Alright, Borealis on stage 2. His timer is getting really low here, so there's not much opportunity.
Borealis basically cannot afford to reset at this point, because stage 1 is just... Yeah, they, like, if they reset here, then they would gamble to get out of stage 1 immediately, and that's really rough with Sake.
Yeah, it's probably not worth it at this point. Better to just try and make a run work. Mino does have time, I think, to get to the end of stage 2 before the reset time ends, so probably one more early game reset left for Mino.
Yeah. What do you think about Sekibanki? Like, would Mino be able to tell his Sekibanki RNG or base before resetting?
I don't think you really reset for Sekibanki RNG though.
No, it would just be stuff like 9-head. You have an attempt at 9-head and you can reset if that goes wrong, since that's required for Sakia B route.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I think typically like bad RNG in Sekibanki just means you're, I don't know, 5k PIV behind and you just live with it. You don't reset over that.
Yeah, the route is not optimized to the point where that RNG actually sort of is required. It just gives you more leeway with your score.
So unless Mino dies, I don't see a reset on his side. Borealis, yes, he gets the 2.0 and Borealis is back to Sekibanki.
Yeah, so the fact that Sakia Ace bomb forces her to stand still means that it's pretty much just gonna be optimal to always bomb around the center, since the bullets spawn from there, so you both use the bombs and cancel the bombs close to Sekibanki.
Yeah, so cancelling the bombs is done at a specific time so that you can bomb again as the next wave of bullets spawn. You can use your iframes to get on top of Sekibanki right in the center of all the bullets and bomb again to get that small cancel to get as many bullets as possible. It's a neat strategy for Sakia A.
But as always with Sakia A, it's important to note that once you activate that bomb, you can't move. So if you're not exactly in the center, well, there's nothing you can do. You just sit there waiting and watching your PIV drop.
Two minutes of reset time. Well, closer to 3. I do think Mino has enough time to get to 9-head. But hopefully he won't time down non-1 for Graze. I don't want to see that. Get the 9-head attempt. At least then, if it goes wrong, you can reset.
Yeah, it's interesting to see what they'll do, because on the final run you in some way have more freedom to not care about the timer. Oh, did you see that from Borealis? He managed to kill, I think, 5 of those heads just as the spell starts. That's really cool. So he managed to kill them at the very start of the spell in like the first set of knives. And I think what the optimal strat there is to actually kill 6 of those heads immediately, and that gives you a 2.0. So he didn't get exactly that, but he got an improved version, and a version that I've not seen from him so far.
And what's also worth noting about Sakia Ace's new 9-head strat is that it requires 3 power to work. And if you paid attention, you would notice that Borealis had 3.03 power, meaning that they were only a few items away from just not getting that strat in the first place.
Yeah, the routes in this game get very precise, even down to sort of individual power items. Also, I think one thing that hasn't been pointed out yet on 9-head, although we won't see it on Mino's screen, is that if you go close to Sekibanki, she starts shooting proximity bullets. So the A shots are going to use that by going close to Seki at the end of the spell to get those bullets in the cancel. It's 128 PIV per wave. So it's, oh no.
Oh.
It dies on 9-head. This is recoverable, technically. It's very difficult. So that 0.5 there recovers the cycle. And now needs to kill 3 heads and get the 2.0.
I don't think he's killing 3 heads. Oh no.
Yes, wait, that's... Yeah, that's a reset.
He has time,
Close.
He has time, thankfully. Yeah. Okay, nice. He got it. He got the reset.
Alright. And let's hope for the best from Borealis here. Also, RB has made it in stage 2, so he might also be finishing one last round.
Yeah, there's not going to be resets here, I feel like. And no run.
There we go, last reset.
So one last
Very
shot
scary
from all
that
these
Mino's in
players.
stage 1.
Oh my god, RB.
Yeah, please stop grazing 9 head on the final run. Although I suppose with that kind of run under your belt, there's no
Literally
reason not to.
says so on his stream layout.
God damn it, RB.
Blitz grazing 9 head.
How many heads did you try and kill here? Oh my
Get 6 as
god.
Rainbow A.
Oh my god. What was
really
that from RB? Insane.
That's a really, really good 9 head.
The Gohei being huge as hell just helps there. Hit all 3 up from each side at once, and it's not too difficult to get 6, and it's very low risk.
Alright. Borealis entering Kagero.
Yep. How's this pace looking? Yeah. I'm not sure this pace is amazing. But at this point there's no choice, so it's gotta press forward. And these guys have time to appreciate the dialogue finally.
It really matters a lot on this spell and also the other like chaotic Kago patterns in particular that Sakia is knives. If you put knives on the boss or any enemy really, it slows down their pattern, and that makes it so much easier to dodge, especially on this fight.
Wait, what? Did Borealis mess up the resource route? Or is this... I'm not entirely sure, but I thought you'd usually have 3 bombs entering this spell.
I'm actually unsure what Boris' resource route even is, so it's kind of hard to tell.
Yeah, it's hard to tell because all these routes and strats are totally new.
That dodge on RB's screen was
Okay,
wild. The mid spell there is just such a nightmare. Even for
for capture here.
Oh
no!
Oh no.
dang it!
It's not the worst, but it still hurts.
So another interesting detail about what Borealis is doing with the bomb timing here. You can see they're dying, or they're breaking the shield very, very slightly before the third set of Mentos explodes. That's because the cancel travels outward from you. So by the time the cancel reaches those third set of Mentos, they've exploded. And it's a very small optimization, but it's really funny, I think. Just keeps a couple more bullets on screen. At this kind of level, that kind of optimization is worth going for.
Okay, let's see how this spell goes. Although with Sakia A, you'll notice Kakarot moves a lot slower, and that's due to the fact that the bosses slow down when they have knives stuck inside them.
Yep. Alright, nice.
Clean. Yeah, all things considered, that was a pretty good stage 3.
Very clean on that too.
Yeah, it looked mostly clean. It was just really unfortunate that they died on Full Moon Howling.
Well, Mino is in stage 2, so but out of stage 1 at least.
That's really sweet too, considering that Mino only really had one more attempt at stage 1 after that 9-head reset.
Yeah.
Else? Good.
Makes it out.
And he's keeping those items, so is he getting a 2.0 from that?
That's not going to quite do it. You need 2 to get the 2.0.
That's...
They were getting it earlier. It's a really nice route. This is another case where being frozen place is so weird for Sakia A. You want to dash up during the bomb, but you just are not allowed to.
this is a super technical stage for Sakuya A.
And good luck POC dragging the Sakuya. I think Sakuya B will do there is she will bomb, move up to the POC, and then like keep the POC going and keep chaining POC. With Sakuya A, that's not really an option.
I think it's safe to say that just like it is for Sakuya B to execute, stage 4 is also just the hardest stage in the game for Sakuya A.
Okay, time for stage 4 post-mid boss. Let's hope for all 2.0s. Let's pray for Borealis here.
So let's see how it goes. Side. Right.
That's scary.
5 there.
Hopefully they can get the rest in 2.0s.
It's the last one.
1 0.5 and 1 0.8.
Yeah, that's a really unfortunate way of splitting a 2.0. It is 60 items, or it's not quite 60 items, but it's a particularly rough way of splitting it because the bonus multipliers are really small.
Yeah, that's one of the hardest sections to do optimally in the game. So.
Alright, Mino is on 9 head again. Please go well. He's killing the heads.
Okay,
2,
that's gonna
3,
be
and a cap.
Very nice.
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 Gets that life just in time to spend all their bombs on the final.
Yeah, that's why the Sakuya B route is so precise. You get that final life on this spell. Nothing to spare.
Yeah, whereas other shots can't bomb spell cards. Only Sakuya B has that ability. Or at least, only Sakuya B gets point item value from bombing spell cards. That's why Sakuya B has such a different route.
Bori's going for the weird Ben laser cancel timings. Get them.
Yeah, I think it was Bori that discovered this originally. Unfortunately, it is worth more for Rainbow than Sakuya A, but that's how that goes sometimes.
Oh, I'm honestly so surprised that all 3 players still have a run going at this point. Let's hope for the best. Mino's made it to stage 3. RB on the post mid boss section. Gets to 2.0. Another 2.0. Rainbow A is just so good at this section. Another 2.0. Has RB made a single mistake on this section so far? I think he's gotten all 2.0s every single time. Insane.
Incredible performance, honestly. That is still difficult for Rainbow A. It's a lot. RB's making it look easier than it is, I will say. But, yeah, that's crazy.
Alright, double score on Bori's screen. They don't have any safety bombs this time around.
This one can be so mean if you're unlucky.
Absolutely, yeah. Nice.
Nice.
RB's entering Ben.
Okay, let's hope for the best on stage 5. In theory, the route should be really clean and you should 2.0 pretty much everything, but as we've seen already, just one small mistake and it's super hard to recover in this stage. Borealis posing, not sure, okay.
Yeah, DDC is cursed with having these really precise routes, but also having them be incredibly difficult to actually execute. And a lot of them are just straight up down to RNG. Mino's on Kagura. This PIV is a little lower than he'd like, but this should still be perfectly workable. Not as much room for error as last time.
Actually, still really good pace. But... like, actually, what's that compared to his PB? Isn't that also... I think he's maybe tied, roughly.
Let me have a look.
His PP had 200k entering Kagura.
Yeah, about tied. And Cap's Starfang, so the run gets to continue.
Nice. Okay, Borealis just barely gets that 2.0. Very nice.
Okay, see how fast the kill is.
It's like a speed kill strat. It's so fast. 8 seconds. I think that's even faster than the previous kills we spoke from them. Really
also, I want to
nice.
point out, this section works really nically as Saki A. A bomb, this is one of the rare times where a bomb is extremely good for stage portions. The double cancel just means that this just lines up really nicely compared to the other shots.
Yeah, it helps a lot on this section to be able to just delete all of those blue icicles in the center. Mino died.
Look at the jelly beans on Borealis' screen. Night slowing.
Okay. So a bit worried he might have missed a parry, but he still got a 2.0.
Score there.
I wasn't checking Mino's screen, but did he die like with any bombs in stock?
Ooh, that was a quite scary dodge from RB there. Still,
Mino,
still capture.
Mino in a really tight spot right here.
I know Mino kept Starfang,
capture.
so unlikely to have lost any bombs.
He has to capture this. Come on.
Should be good.
Okay, and the run is still alive.
So, RB with some really sweet PIV again at the start of stage 5.
I'm scared I'm missing everything. What happened? Did RB... What's RB doing? Okay.
Oh, that death! That... What was that death?
I think he was just too greedy on the shotgun early.
Bombs alright.
Because your damage is so much higher when you're shotgunning, you want a shotgun as long as you can. I think that's some greed. Gone wrong.
Yes. Saki A's survival advantage is offset by the fact that you're incentivized to shotgun so much. End up making it really hard on yourself anyway. It's impossible to keep up with. Everyone is an important section of the run.
Sorry. Seija is such a hard and annoying boss. And honestly, I've looked into learning this game on Lunatic, but the biggest barrier for me was the fact that I would have to learn Seija. And such an annoying boss. Okay, what is Borealis doing here? I think Borealis is... I don't know, that looks almost like he's given up. Let's hopefully that's not the case, but... yeah.
Absolutely brutal spell. So
yeah, they
difficult.
kind of... like trapped in the corner there.
Yeah, I'm not sure what. I think Borealis might have already realized it's not gonna be enough to beat this score.
It is so demoralizing for score runs because you put so much work in to get this far, and you just have to do these incredibly difficult
Mino.
survival spells. Oh, what happened?
I just saw him get a 1.6 on post mid boss and reset immediately. I'm not sure if something else happened, but maybe it was just too many.
Yeah, Mino needed like a really solid stage 4 to be able to beat RB.
He got free 1.6. Oh no. No.
Yeah, that's rip.
The section is so hard with that KB.
Yeah, it's just inconsistent. There's no two ways about it.
Mino played amazingly though, especially that early game on his best run from this session.
Yeah, that run was incredible pace into stage 5.
I don't know why, but I find it so funny when I watch a good player trying to suicide. Oh no!
A Mountain of Faith syndrome where you just miss all the bullets, go straight through them.
Also, RB was able to get a dupe and killed Seija's second spell in only 9 seconds.
Oh, he's got a dupe. That's so helpful for surviving here.
Oh no!
Oh no! Oh no!
Surviving the 2.0. No!
The last Mentos. Yeah, they come so fast there. It's very easy to just get hit by one.
Is RB seriously on 1.7 build pace?
Not for
There's
the
no
fast.
way, right?
I can almost believe it. He says in his notes he wrote this is like a 1.74 build route. So
Yeah, you can.
See,
It's possible
200.
with new Ben strats, but it's an absurd score.
It's like the score splits on this.
Oh, this just is 1.7 base.
we know we had some insane music during the climax. It was good.
Ori caps shimmy first.
Oh, gonna be messy because of that. Nope, fine, good. I was worried they were in the middle for quite a while, so the pellets sort of start stacking up very quickly.
They get the safe spot and they move to the left side, but get a safe spot there too. Actually, what are they? Okay.
Okay,
I guess they just
into
wanna-
wisps.
Kill it cleanly or something. But let's hope for the best for RB on this 2.0 section. Oh no!
Go.
You let us go high early. Oh no. Can you recover this? Yeah, okay. So only 1.2, but that's still so frustrating. Also, it's a funny way of doing this attack.
Oh, this strat.
I've never seen anyone else do that strat.
I know
That's
Yaz
funny.
was messing around with that back in the day. Or I saw it
Yeah,
first.
I remember Yats doing it with. Was it Sakyubi? I don't remember.
Yeah, I think it would have been.
RB let us go here. That's like a fraction of a second too early, and he didn't get a 2.0 in stage 6.
Oop.
Nice.
Honestly, RB is surprisingly consistent at these dupes. I've seen so many.
Come on, this is a really hard spell. Got one spare bomb, I'm not sure he plans on using it. Yeah, he just suicides with a bomb and suck. That's fair enough, I mean... It's gotta reset
No time
his
to
bomb.
use it. May as well just go for it. Hi, Mino.
Hey.
Hello, Mino.
Hey, congrats on the run. Like, that early game was insane.
That run was absurd.
Okay. So, let's see. Borealis on the final. Hopefully he's gonna capture this, but I'm not sure. Not sure if this is good enough. Yeah.
Alright, Bori gets 1.397.
And RB is also on Shimmy. Is this still 1.7 build pace?
It's hard to say exactly how much that 1.2 would lose in stage 4. I'm not familiar enough with the ring away numbers either. It's
And honestly, I don't even know what his pace is up until that point. Yeah, let's hope for the best. Truth says yes, it is. It is 1.7 pace.
It'll become clear on the final when you add up the score gained from the items and the clear bonus.
It kind of feels like you've been just... Oh, so close. Holy. But it kind of feels like RB has been accumulating all these strats and just doing practice only and not doing runs, as RB is famous for doing. And now, like, this is his first day of attempt. That's almost how it looks.
no.
This looks scary, but Rainbow kills it so quickly. Yeah. If that had happened with Stakia B, that would not be nice.
Sorry, every good run fails that spell in some way, makes some mistake.
Oh, I'm told to start speaking. Testing. Am I alive? Ah,
You guys
it
hear me?
works. It works. I just heard rather. All right, please don't choke on this.
Nice.
Very nice.
The biggest
nice.
issue here are those green. Okay, cool.
That's 1.7, isn't it? That's
Yeah, that's
oh
that is
my god,
1.7.
look.
By
That's
a long
1.7.
That's not even. That's 1.72.
What?
What?
Holy wow.
Nice.
Okay,
That's wow.
that is absurd.
What?
I'm
What
speechless.
is that?
All right, beating the previous world record by 100 mil. At least.
RB just he really just sets the Rainbow A world records in a match twice.
This is what happens
1.7
to
is
RB.
ridiculous.
What happens when he starts doing runs.
Good thing TWC exists to force RB to do runs once a year.
It just can't be said enough that RB's skill is so extremely impressive. Like he researches and studies so much, and he just practices like no one else. He practices so much, and then when he ultimately does runs, the runs are nuts.
Okay, it's good enough for him.
He is happy though. Very understandably so.
A solid 91 TWC score.
Holy.
Not bad.
What a run. That's a very deserved victory.
Yeah, that was a really fantastic day. Playing really great play from all three players, but especially RB, showing off all these new strats, showing off these new routes, and getting 2 new world records live, pushing it all the way from 1.61 build, which was the highest score before TWC, revealing his 1.63 fixed spell and then pushing it all the way to 1.72. It was really insane play from RB.
Is RB around to Dragon?
Probably is.
I think they're at a restaurant. I'm not sure.
Oh, Burger Place sees another world record.
Yeah, the Burger Place.
Alright,
Yeah.
he's not
Burger King Wi-Fi.
Casually
He's
gets
not
the
around.
record, refuses to comment.
No, Mike, unfortunate.
It's the power
Yeah, I
of the
think-
burger. Does
RB
that mean I
played
need to go to In-N-Out
in
Burger
strange
before my
places because of
sessions or
internet.
something?
Yes, that's gotta be it. It's clearly the Burger Place.
Yeah. We
What
said
a
you were in
match.
for a treat, and then definitely it was a treat.
You delivered. This match was unbelievably hype.
Yeah, we knew there was something going on behind the scenes, but I mean,
I think it's cool that A-Shot's got some representation as well. They're really cool. Like watched it while playing, but when you're a player, you can't really like watch the match until just after. So, that
Mino,
was fun.
were you aware that RB broke the world record while you were playing?
Not in the first run. And then I saw like, oh, okay. I just looked at my target score and I was like, okay, I need to get this score. So I'm like, cool. And everything was
Okay.
going well. Like I was like 2.4 pace into stage 5, and
like
then RNA.
we were specifically wondering, like, if during your like run with the insane early game, if you were aware that during the late game of that run, RB broke.
Oh no,
his
no,
current
I
best.
don't. When I'm like in the run, I like don't check the streamer rechat. I gotta focus. I gotta be in the zone. So I didn't know until after.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, we're kind of curious because the target score actually jumped really high in the middle of that run.
Yeah, they nerfed Rainbow Ace TWC scoring at
What even
91.
What even is the 91? How do you even get an I score? Or
Yeah, like the-
DDC score with Sakia B? What would that have been?
Yeah, like the change to the rubrics, like, would not even have changed the result here. Like RB's run is just that insane.
2.421. Jeez.
So I think it's about time to introduce the next match, which is coming up tomorrow.
Yeah.
Specifically, EOSD Lunatic scoring, which is another really crazy category. Also a really evil game.
yeah, yet another game where you're just not allowed any spiral mistakes because you have to use all your resources for score. Extremely punishing in this kind of TWC setting.
Oh, I'm excited for this. Kana, Lemina, NYT, let's go. Oh, Lemina's gonna be commentating too. Let's go.
Oh, wait, what?
Yeah, he's in the English commentary. Didn't you hear?
Like, honestly, that's some crazy stuff commentating while playing.
I'm joking.
One day that'll happen.
It's really interesting how we are going to have EOSD right after DDC when, like we just said, both of these games are like really harsh on the survival, considering the resource use and how low your resources are at times.
Yeah, Remelia is way more evil than Shinyo Maru as well. It's not even a question.
Yeah, like on DDC you do still have shots like Rainbow A or Sakia A who can deal with Shin Yomaru quite well, though it's still not like a pushover or anything. But Remelia is a completely different story. Like, even like by the time you make it to Remelia and you have been through so much already, your run is still very far from over.
That was exhausting. But in a good way.
It's a great match to watch. There's so much going on at once. It's very hard to keep up.
Oh yeah, I could imagine for commentary it was really like crazy to just like commentate on 3 completely different shot types, because you basically saw 3 different faces of DDC, which is
You have no
you don't
idea.
usually see.
The last minute, like once the timer ended, all 3 players were on amazing runs. Like, there was so much going on at once. But thanks for the show. Like it was, it was
I'm
incredible
just glad
to watch.
I got to cap Requiem a lot and show Boss Seija who's boss.
I hope
That
you
was
had a
good.
better RNG than me. I got cluster trucked so badly.
Dude, Shimmy destroyed me. It's okay.
Aw.
All 3 of you pulled off an amazing showing, and you showed some really, really nice strategies as well as executions. It was a blast to commentate, and while it was difficult with all 3 shots and how much there was going on at once, like sometimes we were just really not sure which run to even watch. Ultimately, it became one of the most hyped matches I've seen myself.
I think the funniest part is that there's just Terraria Calamity music. Like, that's hilarious. That's kind of awesome.
Not my
It was
fault, it's
very
such
fitting.
a banger.
I think they might want us to wrap up soon.
Honestly, I'm just really happy we got to showcase shot types that are not like the meta, basically. That was really nice.
Yeah, especially because DDC is a game where the shot type changes so much about the run. Just everything is different. Really nice to see those different playstyles.
There are so many unique technicalities that you'd probably need a full documentary for each shot type.
How long is
Yeah.
the NN and Sakia A video?
So NNN has a video describing how you do like optimal Sakura A shotgunning and all the tricks behind it, and I think it's about 30 minutes. It's from
But that was
NNN
required
underscore task.
viewing material for this match, just so you're aware. There will be a test.
And it's in Japanese, by the way, which
Someone is asking how to do the Gohei dupes. And while, it's not well understood why it even happens, but the gist of it is that you have to be above the boss when you are setting it up, and you have to mash shift really fast.
yeah, like I practiced it a bunch, and basically all I figured out is you tap twice within 9 frames, basically, and if you're lucky, it works. But beyond that, like, I'm not sure anyone knows. Even the tasters don't know it, and even the tasters call it luck, which it just shows like how hard it can be to do in a run.
Yeah, you can use both safe buttons, but it doesn't help. It honestly does not make a difference. It's just very inconsistent, and the RNG involved just means that, like, whatever you do, it's always going to have a very strong chance of not working.
Just so everyone knows,
There's a
Infernal best
long-
map in
Wait,
chat
there's
is
a long
RP.
message. Thank you to Mino, Borubi, y'all are awesome. Maribel, Morth, Dan for comms, and Trues, even though you didn't make it. Massacre, Dean, Jikyo, Kaisetsu, Aridesu, Keromo, Osewa ni narimasu.
That's amazing. He spelled out like a whole paragraph with this replay folder. That is one of the cutest things I've ever seen.
Thank you,
Kind of
RP.
reminds me of like that one player from years ago who put like that notepad message or whatever. I forgot who it was.
I think it was like an IN game.
I don't. All right, I guess it's time to wrap up. Got anything else to add? Maribel, Morth, Danan.
Yes. Thank you so much, Mino, Borealis, and RB for your incredible showings.
Thank you for
Yeah, it
giving
was
us
fun.
the opportunity, if anything. That's really beautiful.
Yeah. I also want to say thank you guys for the incredible match. We all had a blast watching it.
Yeah, it was an incredible match. So fun to watch, and the amount of work that went into that is just incredible. So yeah, thank you.
Okay.
See you tomorrow.